Welcome, everybody, back to the Ali Kolbert Show. I am joined here by Sammy.
What's up, guys?
Kolbert. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
It has been a while.
And I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, of course. We're at my parents' house in Connecticut right now. Luca and my parents' dog, Ghost, are both crying outside of this door, wanting to be let in. Should we try and let them in, or they're going to play and get...
We can try, but I think that you're going to be bothered by Ghost.
So then let's just let them cry.
Yeah.
Let them cry it out.
I would let them deal with it.
Like, it's so sad. It's just Luca crying, though.
It's whatever.
Well, why isn't Ghost crying? He doesn't cry like that.
Ghost doesn't give a fuck because he's with Luca.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if Luca wasn't here, Ghost would be scratching constantly on the door. But the fact that Luca is here, it's like his favorite chew toy is in town.
So, I haven't done an episode. This is a relaxing episode for me because it feels like I don't have a guest, really.
Thanks for that.
No, it just feels like in the best way. It's like I don't have to stress about, like, I don't have to, like, do research on your life and be like, what was that like for you?
Right.
You know?
Right, you've seen it.
I've seen your life firsthand, and I don't have any questions. No, I just have, like, a lot to catch up on personally and pop culturally and just round up.
Great, let's do it.
So I figured we'd start. I need to, like, take it back a notch. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about Barbie. Obviously we're going to talk about the Barbie Oppenheimer stuff. I wanted to take it back for a moment in time and take us back to, if you excuse me, I'm pulling out props. I want to take us back to the fateful night of December 2nd, 2021 at 6:46 p.m.
I have no idea what was going on, and I cannot wait to hear this.
When a text message was sent that said, plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you.
If these, Jonah Hill.
If these things, if these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries with you, based on the way these actions have hurt our trust. So I wanted to start the show off with that text message. I also just want to say that when I read that text message out loud to my dad and my mom, which I did because I was home when the news broke, my dad and my mom responded by saying that is an amazing text message. They said that is a very thoughtful, well-worded text message. And that is my dad literally looked me dead in the face and said, that is an incredible text message. So here's the thing. Obviously, the headline, the news story is Jonah Hill is like a psycho-abusive manipulator.
Right.
I know for a fact
that he's not.
I mean, listen, you never know what happens behind closed doors. He's definitely not that.
It's also different when you are intimate with someone. You don't know how they behave differently.
Obviously. Like, Jonah Hill's not been my boyfriend. So, like, as far as that, I can't. But here's the thing with that text message.
Yeah.
And we've both had some recent experiences with men that have just reminded me that men are actually insane.
110%.
They're crazy people.
I'm constantly being reminded of it.
So here's the thing. If I were dating a guy and he sent me that text message and I was a surfer and a model and he told me not to surf and model, I would be like, okay, I'm not going to like...
Well, I would just be like, you don't like me. Like, you might like want to be with me, but you apparently don't like who I am because those are characteristics that I...
being friends with women from my unstable past is a part of who I am.
Right.
No, but like, it's like, he's not saying it in a way. I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
He's not saying, like, it just feels kind of like if he doesn't feel comfortable with that, then don't be with him. Right? Is that like a naive opinion?
No, I don't really. He's clearly saying that these are the things that he doesn't want in his intimate relationship.
Why are you dating a surfer and a model?
So on one level, like maybe he shouldn't have been, interested in this person in the first place and be going down this road. I don't necessarily think that it's bad that he's like laying out his boundaries for her.
But is that people are like, that's not a boundary. That's you trying to control someone.
But he's ending it with, if those things bring you happiness, that's fine.
Yeah, so it's like...
It doesn't really feel as like vicious and like manipulative as people are making it out to be.
Yeah, like it's probably misguided, and like it's definitely misguided. And he clear like obviously if you're a surfer and a model, or if you're just a woman in general, you don't want to be told, you know, you can't post this photo or whatever. Let's not pretend for 2 seconds Jonah Hill is the only guy who has a problem with some of the things their girlfriends are posting on social media.
Oh, 100%.
And maybe this is a bigger are we saying this is a bigger issue then that meant I have to say if I were a dude and even if I'm not a dude, I don't totally want, maybe sometimes I would be like, I don't want you in your thong on social. Right? Can't you have that conversation? Maybe not in that way.
There are many men that I have met
that
are insecure and jealous. Yeah. And they just don't like when their girls are too hot.
But I saw the videos she was posting.
Yeah.
And she's just like legit surfing in them.
There's clearly like a misguided element here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you going to start a relationship with someone that you're initially attracted to for being a model and surfer, and then once you're in the relationship say, hey, I actually don't like these things? Well, that was the initial attraction, I'm sure. Sure, he saw that and was like, this is fucking hot.
So true. I say this all the time on the podcast and in my life. That like the thing you're attracted to in the person will ultimately become the thing that like creates any sort of like tension in the dynamic.
I feel this all the time in the men that I'm attracted to.
Speak on it.
I
like spontaneous.
Like I like unstable. These guys that are like kind of louder and like a little more like, I want to say goofy. Okay, as a word.
Yeah.
And then I get to know them and I'm like, oh, you're just actually a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
And you're like just genuinely like stupid and loud and insecure and like annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the initial thing that I'm like, ooh, this is hot. And then I get to know them and I'm like, oh, it's just because they're like dumb and have no filter and it's not hot.
Right. I mean, Dan Perlman does this joke about all the women that date these rock climbers in these rock climbing movies.
I'm so excited to hear this.
They're always like, oh my God, like look at you with this passion and you're so risk-taking, you're adventurous, and then they get into a relationship with the rock climber, and they're like having Thanksgiving dinner, and he's like, I gotta go climb the face of that mountain, and she's like, what the fuck? Why don't you care about me? And he's like, dude, this was a part of the sign-up package.
Yeah.
That's not the case for, I mean, listen, so that, yes, that's when you're dating a surfer and a model, and you're seeing her ass on Instagram, and you're going, she's fucking hot. I don't know how they met. But the idea that text was like evil, I'm like, he's not weaponizing therapy language. I think he's probably just a guy who went to therapy and is like doing his best to communicate shit that makes him uncomfortable. Yeah. Whether or not she should agree to that or leave the I don't know. But here's the other issue I have with that. I have an issue when people like air out their dirty laundry publicly multiple years later when it's like something in that sort of like arena.
Yeah.
I think that like you could take a snapshot of any and again, I'm not justifying it. I'm just clearly the headline is this text isn't okay, and I'm just having a layered conversation about it.
Yeah.
I think that you could take a snapshot of any part of a relationship, zoom into it, take it out of context, like feed it to the lions society, and then 100%. Everyone's like, that person should be canceled.
100%.
And I think that's fucked up to do, especially when you were that was your boyfriend. Like, I would never release text messages from like a past intimate committed relationship and then be like, okay, public, what do you think? Like, have you been in a relationship where two people get heated and have like a conversation over text? Do you know the type of shit they say?
Absolutely, like left-handed.
I would be arrested. Like, you know, I'm just saying, people say they get heated and you have a phone.
Yeah.
Like, they don't say things they necessarily mean. They don't have the best tools to express themselves. You're in what happens behind closed doors? Could you imagine what the text messages from the 1920s would be?
Yeah, horrible.
This is just because we have phones now that we're able to like screenshot this and post it up.
100%.
You know, and that's like, we just don't know what to do with technology. We don't know what to do with technology.
No, we're like dumb running around with these devices that allow us to like connect to mass audiences, and we just like
have
put
new
out
channels to be like
stupid
abusive
thoughts. Yeah.
No, we don't have.
We do. It's new routes to be abusive and shady and manipulative.
We don't have the tools. We haven't caught up yet to like. And this is what coming up for. I mean, we're having a big conversation now, but there's obviously a writer's strike going on, and there's a SAG strike. And I'm in SAG, not to brag, but I do think there's some So basically, the writers and the Actors Guild are striking because they don't feel that they're not being properly compensated for how their material gets streamed.
Right.
And they're looking at creating legislation around AI, right? The use of AI. Can AI write a film? Can we AI, Tom Cruise's face?
Did you see
on
the
every
new
character?
Mission Impossible movie?
No.
It's all about an AI bot like taking over the world.
Really? Like ChatGPT taking over the world?
It's basically like ChatGPT like gains intelligence and like becomes a live being.
How does it like embody something?
It like embodies everything. It's the internet. It can take over every device that you ever have and hijack everything.
That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
That's really upsetting.
Yeah.
But it's like this thing of like, how do we like write? First of all, we're not going to not use AI. It's already happening. It's getting smarter by the second. We're using AI.
It's actually wonderful to use sometimes.
What do you use it for?
Some school stuff sometimes.
So
nothing.
So
I wanted to say all my work is original
and ethical. So it's ethically sourced coffee. So what is it called when it's ethically sourced coffee? Fair trade papers.
There you go.
If I was in school, like high school, I would 100% be like,
just like
fucking that shit up.
Just like Google some stuff sometimes when I like need a quick answer. But that being said, it is wrong sometimes, and you cannot rely always on your AI bots. They do get things incorrect.
I would be like, write a 5-paragraph essay on why the whatever treaty was bad using these 3 reasons as the 3 paragraphs.
That's like way too much.
And then I would edit it. And then I would edit the paragraph.
Sure.
But so there's a conversation about, the writers have asked the studios to agree that they will not use AI in the creation of, like, I think scripts specifically. I'm not sure. Film, I don't know. And the studios were like, no, we're not going to agree to that.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, then what's the middle ground? Because the other idea is, like, let's say, like, an entire TV show is written by AI.
Yeah.
Like, do people want to watch that? That's not fair to the writers. That puts them out of work, Like, I don't really know how to... Also, if we don't use it, it's not like other countries are not going to use it. So maybe China will use it and use it really well, and then they'll supersede us in terms of like how their presence in the entertainment industry, and then we're not using it because we're trying to...
Things are getting wild here.
To what degree are we using it? Can it create an outline of a script and then the writer uses it? Can it create new ideas? Also, and I was listening to Dax Shepard talk about this on Armchair Expert, and I do agree with this, that like some of the things that make film and TV so impressive and so impactful is the fact that like this was created by a human.
It's also, it's the human element to it. The fact that like humans are filled with emotion and unpredictable and can produce like beautiful, deep, creative things.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the humanity element to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. And it's like, it would be interesting.
Can AI mimic that?
I don't know. It would be interesting if there was like an AI tell, like, how did you ever watch Westworld?
Yeah.
When like you question the robot to a certain point and it's like, I don't see anything here. Like if there was something where
nothing's in front of me.
If they asked the AI one question, like, but how are you really feeling? And it was always like, happy if you ask me. And then we're like, oh, that's a tell.
Yeah.
So anyway, big weekend to going back to the theater, Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yes.
I want to talk about this. I saw Barbie.
Spoilers ahead,
so tune out if you haven't seen it. I saw Barbie. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. My question about Oppenheimer is just like...
I loved Oppenheimer.
But my question is, why is everyone acting like they care about Christopher Nolan films when most people I know don't really know who Christopher Nolan is? They didn't make one Instagram post about seeing Dunkirk. Right. I don't know why they're suddenly like, fuck, what am I going to do? I'm like, you don't know who this is. You don't care about these movies. Like, to be fair, why are you seeing Oppenheimer? Is it kind of the algorithm telling you this is a big deal?
So let me give you the down low. A couple of things.
Yeah.
One, I was very interested in the overall like historical context and the fact that Oppenheimer was coined as the father of the atomic bomb, and that's always been a subject that's interested you. Yeah, I mean, it's just no, genuinely though.
No, genuinely.
It's really funny. No, genuinely though, because our other sister Jacqueline was just in Vietnam.
They know who she is.
Okay, right, Jackie was just in Vietnam and
fighting.
Right, totally. And I was talking to her before she went there, because they also, during the Vietnam War, the U.S. used like some chemical warfare there. It's called Agent Orange. They sprayed this chemical there, and it caused a lot of deaths and like disfigurements. And I was like, USA, yeah. And I was like, and it is just absolutely wild.
This country, and that we said, let's drop this nuclear bomb. There's something wrong with us as a country. Let's drop it.
And no, but I mean, I watched this movie, and there was a race for us to finish the building of this bomb before Germany in World War II.
Yeah,
that was the race.
Well, I'm glad we won that race.
But Hitler killed himself, and
Hitler killed himself?
Yeah, he killed himself in the bottom of like a bunker.
Why?
Because they lost and the Nazis were captured and they were going down, and he said, oh fuck, I just murdered millions of people and maybe I should shoot myself in the face. So he did.
Wow, good.
So
did you see that thing that Hitler had Jewish roommates before the war? And he must have been, someone was doing a stand-up joke, and I can't quote these stand-up jokes.
Must have been the worst roommates ever.
Know. Yeah, because I don't remember who it was, but someone was basically saying how bad were those roommates, and he's like, I hate Shlomo. Yeah. I don't know who it was, but anyway. Okay, so wow, you have some real historical context on this.
Yes, well, I at boarding school I took the history of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
As a class, and it goes deeply into World War II, and it was very interesting to like understand this and to watch. Like they did a really good job at having him grapple with the weight of this like creation on a moral level.
So he's like, fuck, what do I do? Do I make it or not? Does he know how to make it?
He makes it.
I haven't seen it yet.
He makes it. And
don't spoil it. Does he make it?
He makes it, and then he's basically like,
fuck.
He says, because Germany already surrendered, he says to the government, he's like, warn Japan that if they don't surrender, we're going to drop this. Like, don't drop the bomb. Tell them we have the bomb. And tell them that we will drop it.
Did they do that?
I have no idea. I don't think they did. But I'm pretty sure they had some intel, according to the movie and some stuff that I researched on Wikipedia, that Japan basically had said that they would not surrender regardless. And we wanted to drop 2 bombs.
Right.
So that
didn't we drop 2 bombs?
Yes, so that they knew.
Like Big Boy and Little Fatty?
So that they could.
What are they called?
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
That's where we dropped the bombs.
I hope I said those correctly.
That is, but they were called like Fat Boy and Little Man or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't like go into that. I'm not sure.
Okay, go on.
But basically we dropped a second one to be like, we can recreate this. Like we can keep dropping bombs. Like a threat to the world. Watch us do it more than once. Was literally like what happened.
Wow.
It's absolutely fucking insane that we were like, this is the right move right now. Let's do this. And upwards of 220,000 people died.
Are you a genius?
I know.
You remembered everything from class?
I remembered a lot from class.
You prepped for this podcast?
I prepped before the movie. I looked up stuff before I went to see Barbenheimer. For sure. You know me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did some research before.
But the movie's not boring for a second?
I mean, it's a 3-hour movie, and I checked my phone at one point to see how long we were in it, and 2.5 hours had passed before I had checked it. Like, I was, like, enthralled with it.
Wow.
And for me...
That guy's creepy looking.
What's his name?
The main guy.
Yeah, for sure.
He looks like that he would create a bomb.
Yeah. And he, like, lost a bunch of weight for it, so he looks, like, extra creepy.
That is creepy.
But it was very interesting, and for me the appeal of Christopher Nolan was just that I do like some of his other thriller movies, like Inception, Interstellar. You remember when we watched Interstellar in the basement and we're hyperventilating together?
Do you remember that I was hysterical after?
And you ran to Dad and like made him like hug you and like curl you up and make a ball.
I was so sad that, doesn't he say to the daughter he'll come back for her, and then when he comes back he's the same age and she's like 98 and she's like, I was waiting for you, Papa.
Yeah, it's like forever past.
And he's like, I'm sorry, Murph. All right. I didn't mean to go out. Oh, it was brutal. I was hysterical. There's a video of me hysterically crying about it on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like no time passed.
Oh, that kills me just thinking about it now.
Yeah, but
Have you seen Memento?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he has some wonderful like thriller movies.
No, I agree. I just thought that
but I do agree with you that there's a lot of hype around it because I don't think your average Joe has all the information that I just presented here.
No, I don't think that. And I just thought it was like a clever marketing strategy that Barbie was coming out and Oppenheimer was coming out. And they're like, fuck, like we don't want to lose our...
Barbenheimer.
they were like, let's make it a thing. Let's make it like a which will you? We'll just market it as like, you know, you go to the theater, you see both, as opposed to just like Barbie and Barbie, by the way, $100 million budget for the film, marketed up the wazoo. Like, I've been seeing these fucking photos for Barbie for like
months,
the last 10 years,
basically.
Like, this has not stopped. Just like Margot Robbie and Ryan. So I saw
pics a year ago of them filming on the Santa Monica Boulevard.
I know, it's been going like crazy
forever.
So Barbie. Here's the thing. Like I said, $100 million budget. Greta Gerwig, prolific female director, behind the wheel of this guy. You have Margot Robbie. You have Ryan Gosling. You have America Ferrera.
It's a fantastic
We have some real powerhouses on this movie.
Who's weird Barbie? Kate McKinnon. Not one of you people responsible for this movie thought we need to have Barbie fucking kiss someone in this movie. You're going to get Margot Robbie to play Barbie. You're going to get Ryan Gosling to play... Sorry, are you complaining that no one cast in the movie?
You're going to get Ryan Gosling to play Ken, and you're not going to have those Barbies hook up? Let me explain to you.
It was so... That's the whole idea of this movie would have been ruined.
Let me explain to you the point of Barbies. For young children, the point of Barbies...
Yeah.
As a child, is to express your ever-changing sexuality.
Totally.
That's the point of Barbies. And so that you could take your Barbies, they can go on dates with each other, you can slam their genitals against each other, you put them in the convertible, and then you just ram their little plastic mounds up against each other. We all know they just had plastic mounds. Ken had the plastic mound. Barbie herself had a plastic mound.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no nipple on Barbie. It's just sort of the meat of the breast.
The meat.
Ken has nippleless pecs.
Yep. There's no
and that's
nipples.
Kind of,
yeah.
That's really Barbie getting naked and slamming her against another Barbie is everyone's first sexual experience.
I agree with that.
So,
wholeheartedly.
Which explains
I
why all I had were G.I. Joes.
You had Kens, though.
I liked Kens and I liked G.I. Joes because they were men, and I guess I wanted to
express that you weren't attracted to them already.
I wanted to express. Like, why did I want so many Kens?
I don't know, and I have to tell you that even when I was watching Barbie and they kept making jokes about how no one ever had Kens and all these things I see on TikTok, no one really played with the Kens. We had Kens because you had Kens.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
Played with the Kens.
It's funny, as a lesbian, having the Barbies fuck each other didn't occur to me. I was just like, let's get some men in here.
Well, I think
let's get some men in here.
You know what I think it is you probably took on the role of Ken because you wanted to fuck the women.
Yeah, so
you played Ken.
I played Ken.
To have sex with the moundless women.
But then I was like, Kens are like, I liked G.I. Joes. They were like ripped.
You loved a G.I. Joe.
And they had muscles, and I was like, this is real men. Not all men. I was like, these real men are amazing. And then I would have them sort of do like tactical army stuff. The other thing is I didn't know how to like...
Sorry, I just had a flashback to as that childhood and you literally having your G.I. Joe be in an army crawl position on the floor.
Yeah, and I would like string
them across things.
Like across the rafters and like throw them down and stuff.
Your G.I. Joes all were missing body parts.
One of my G.I. Joes was missing an arm, but he was like my favorite one. And I had another brunette Ken that I was obsessed with. No, that was a G.I. Joe, and he was stunning. And I always had him take Barbie out. Sorry if you're listening to the audio of this. My dog is now throwing like things on me.
He's so cute.
So that's what I did with Barbie. So I'm confused why everyone was like, we're not going to have... I just think also Margot Robbie and like Ryan are so hot that to not have them like Barbie fuck is a waste of $100 million.
I get you, but again,
in a way,
it would ruin the overall premise of the movie, and which was basically that we don't need men and women can,
we don't need men.
No, it was just like, no one needs men.
That's what Fox News is like freaking out that Barbie was like.
I know they're like hysterical about the fact that we like tried to deconstruct the patriarchy.
Don't see this movie. Fuck this. You need men and there's a trans Barbie. It's like, this is the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
What do you stop it?
They're like, how can Barbie Land be the women running everything?
Yeah.
It's like, What?
Like, you're so insecure if the Barbie movie makes you feel threatened.
I mean, Barbie goes to the real world and realizes that that's not it, and men run everything, and she's hysterical.
Yeah, Barbie's upset because she realizes
she's like, women aren't the president.
She's wrong about the real world. So if anything, that should validate all of you patriarchal men that, like, don't worry, you're still in charge.
The video's done.
The video doesn't want to be a part of this anymore.
Fine.
Another thing I wanted to talk about,
riddance.
I could just throw up my iPhone. I'll just do that. I'll put my iPhone up right here. Another thing I wanted to say was that in pop culture news. Well, what did you think about the Barbie movie?
I genuinely liked the Barbie movie. Now, I had a little bit of like an annoying experience with the Barbie movie because the lights in the theater were broken. So everyone was like...
They were on?
Yeah. The entire
whole
time? Yeah, the entire time that I was in the movie theater.
Like bright?
Bright. Lights on in the movie theater.
How is that possible?
They like could not get them to shut off. And the theater was packed and the movie was starting. And like that was it. And everyone was kind of too loud because the lights were on. So it was just annoying. And I went with Jackie.
Did you get your money back?
No. And I went with Jackie and we were just like literally kept talking about how bothered we were that the lights were on the whole time, and we bought tickets last minute, so we were sitting in like the handicap seats that the light was literally shining on us. So I was like in a spotlight.
Wow.
Of the Barbie movie.
And could you see the screen?
Yes, but it was upsetting.
Got it. It took you out.
But that being said, I genuinely did like the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
I thought like Margot Robbie, I mean, you couldn't pick anybody better to play stereotypical Barbie.
I know.
mean,
She looks like a Barbie.
Yeah, the casting's incredible. I like the like Mattel Easter eggs that they threw in there, that like if you go and look through it, like the costumes were each from like
a real Barbie.
Real Barbies. The different Barbies represented real Barbies. The discontinued Barbies.
And how do you know that?
Again,
research.
I did some research.
Do you always do research before a movie?
No, these were just like very hot in the pop culture, and I was just like really interested in them. Hi, Luca.
He's like staring us down. I know this is boring if you're not watching.
And I was just very, very
probably if you are.
I was very interested in it, and I loved like all of Margot Robbie's like press leading up to it and the different outfits that she picked out.
The press was more entertaining than the movie.
I liked.
Would you ever see the movie again? Like once?
Yeah, but like not soon.
Yeah, like I guess
I wouldn't be like no.
I liked that everyone got dressed up for the movie.
I love Will Ferrell too. Like, not for you.
I never liked his like movies. I just always thought they were so dumb.
I think he's just absolutely hilarious. And I thought the scenes that Margot Robbie had with all the older women, like at the were really beautiful.
What older woman?
Like the one on the street when she was in the real world and she looks at that old woman and she's like, "You're beautiful," and the woman's like, "Don't I know it?" I'm like, that's fun. Sisterhood.
And then the creator of Barbie. And is she a Jew?
And
is this like a prequel to Oppenheimer?
I don't know, but again, I liked that like she was in it. I liked that they go into the backstory of the fact that Barbie was actually named for her granddaughter Barbara. Like I thought that stuff was like cute and like
Barbie is such a cuter name than Barbara.
Yeah. Well, it like made it a little more
sexy,
not as like old. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And
the other one's at the door.
I thought that montage of like womanhood
was wonderful.
Was really touching.
I mean, I really liked like the overall idea then that, you know, the Barbies end up like regaining their like autonomy and like mind and are suddenly like, you know, I just liked the overarching like feminism vibe of it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, young girls that watch that's a good message.
Yeah, you're right. I forget that young girls really do take on like information that the outside world gives them.
That's like a good movie for like a young girl to watch.
No, you're right. And it was I mean, God, if you're making a movie about a toy, like that's a pretty fucking creative and brilliant.
You know, they're coming out with a Polly Pocket movie now.
I know, and it's because of it's a fucking money grab. I just did that part kind of grosses me out that they're like, we should create a movie around this famous Furby and make the Furby movie, and then you sell the Furbies, and it's so capitalistic and whatever. Not to be a socialist. So, yes,
I was waiting the whole time. I heard all this stuff in the news though that like all these celebrities said that they were going to do like cameos in the movie.
Well, there were a lot of celebrities in the movie, but not cameos.
No, but I mean, I heard that.
Who else was going to do it?
I heard that like Brad Pitt
was going to be in the movie.
I mean, through I guess a rumor line. Yeah, I heard some stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. And the set, by the way, when they walk through it in Architectural Digest, this is like a real life, huge, incredible set. Like they built
Barbie's
Barbie
dream
Land.
house. Yeah.
Apparently, they put it on Airbnb for a few days, just for the first few people who would go and sign up.
Yeah,
it wasn't like exorbitantly priced. It was just, and that's kind of cool. I had something else to say about the Barbie movie. Oh, I loved
Weird Barbie.
Well, Kate McKinnon was amazing as the Weird Barbie.
For me,
I love Kate McKinnon.
that was unreal. Weird Barbie. Everyone had a Barbie that
they like
cut the hair off.
Yeah.
And like drew on and was like the fucking ugly ass Barbie that you like made
Why
sit
did
in
we
the corner.
want to do that?
That you made sit in the corner while your other Barbies had sex.
Yeah, well,
and you had it like sit in the
there
corner.
There had to be one like lame Barbie. There had to be one Barbie that was like a loser. I remember cutting my Chucky doll's hair. You always want to. There should be a Barbie or a doll you could give a haircut and it grows back.
There is.
Yeah. How does it grow back?
I don't know. I think you like crank its arm or something. Remember that one that the tits grow?
No.
It was in the Barbie movie, and America Ferrera goes, watch, and she lifts the Barbie's arms, and the boobs grow like sizes.
Is there a Ken where you like lift his leg up and his dick grows?
No, wish. That would have been cool.
Hilarious.
I also like
when the Kens all serenade the women with the guitars.
Yeah.
Which is funny that's become something like growing up. The idea of a guy playing guitar for you was romantic, and then it quickly turned into like the most cringeworthy thing ever.
Yeah.
And why is it so?
So I've had men play the guitar to me.
And I, as a man, have played women the guitar.
Totally. I know you have.
And it's worked.
Do it, sister. Get that. So I just, you know what I think it is for me is that the men in my life that I've had serenade me with the guitar have been like particularly like disgusting guys that think that it was gonna like make them like more attractive or like hotter towards like to me, like turn me on or something. And I even remember in college one time I was at this frat house and this guy who I thought was gay all of college. Apparently he's not and has a girlfriend. So I don't know. Maybe that'll come out one day.
Yeah.
But like was one of those guys that was really into like musical theater and stuff. And that's fine if that's what you're into. It's not particularly like the vibe that I'm the most attracted to always. And he brought me into his bedroom and sang me a piece that he had written himself. And it was just like
bad,
horrible. And I grew up with Ali over here playing the guitar all the time. And she had wrote this one song that I thought was awesome. Clock.
No, do not do that. Do not sing my song on the podcast.
Okay. But it was just like great. And I was like, these guys, you know what?
Not as hot as my big sis.
Not as hot as my big sis. And even when guys tell me jokes, I'm like, you're not as funny as my sister.
Oh, I fucked up your expectations around men.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I'm going to unpack that later.
The idea, yeah. So I remember I was one time hanging out with this guy, and in college, again, I was like in this confusing question mark stage. And this guy was like, do you want to like, I'll come back to my place. I don't know what he wanted, and I wasn't gonna like sleep with him, but I was just hanging out with him. This was at like a party, and his apartment was right around the corner, and we walked back there, and he started playing me a song on the guitar, and he was incredible. And he had lived with my best friend. I texted Max, and I was like, whoa, what's his his name? I don't want to say. Yeah. We'll call him Ben. Sure. Ben's so good at the guitar. And Max wrote back, is he playing you Hallelujah, LOL? And he was playing me Hallelujah. And like that was apparently his like trademark, was that he would play Hallelujah on the guitar.
I have a trademark guitar song though that I play for people, and I actually serenaded a boy with it this past weekend.
What is it?
She Will Be Loved, Maroon 5.
Oh, cute. I'd love to hear you play that on the pod.
Yeah.
There's something about guys when you tell them that you don't want to hook up with them, they think you're like, because I vividly remember this guy. He was like, "Do you want to have sex?"
And they think you're like just like, like nervous or something.
Yeah, they
think they can convince you.
And I said to him, "No, I don't want to have
Usually
sex."
they do convince me though. So.
And I want to go home. And he's like, "I don't get why you would deny yourself pleasure."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, like it would be so much more pleasurable for me to go home than to sit through sex with you."
It is. You know what's crazy about that too is when guys think that like their penis is going to deliver me an orgasm. Like, you fucking wish, bro. You wish that you can handle that.
You know what I mean? They don't do it.
Like,
there's, all these studies that women with men have, like, the first time they have sex with men, there's like a 12% chance of orgasm.
Yeah.
Women sleeping with women, the chance of an orgasm the first time is like 95.
Yeah, because women know women's bodies.
I know, but men, haven't they heard enough?
I have to tell you that I was recently seeing this guy.
Yeah.
And he just he so apparently didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And he even said to me something like, you know,
hey, I don't know what's going on.
I don't think most guys really know what's going on.
Yeah, I've heard people
basically said that as an overarching thing. And I said to him, as we were about to have sex, I said, it would really help you to know basic anatomy. Yeah.
Can you explain it to them?
Sure, but then I'm going into like nurse teacher mode, and that doesn't really get me wet either. So
right, I someone needs to teach them.
Someone needs to teach them. I know.
Speaking of men, I also wanted to touch on the Ariana Grande story.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard, but basically Ariana Grande recently got divorced. Not surprised. This is the author of Thank You Next. When Ariana Grande got married 2 years ago, I'm not trying to be skeptical. I knew that wouldn't work.
Sort of. She
suddenly
was getting married.
Just were like you don't get married in that way and then like it lasts forever.
Yeah,
that was kind of obvious to me that wasn't gonna last.
Well, I also felt like she like didn't unpack enough with like whatever happened with Mac Miller.
I mean, the writing's
Let's get into her drama.
So then she marries this guy Dalton. They're married for like I don't know 2 years or something. They break up, and then Ariana Grande. I think she was. I'm getting some of these details wrong, but these honestly are not the details that matter. She was in either like Wicked the movie or some sort of musical on Broadway with Ethan Slater.
She
Wicked
is
the
playing
movie.
Glinda. Yes.
And Ethan Slater,
they stopped
who played
production because of the strike.
And Ethan Slater, who played SpongeBob on Broadway, I think.
Shut up.
Yes.
Sorry, I just got like shook. SpongeBob's on Broadway?
No, he played SpongeBob on Broadway or something.
Who was like, let's put SpongeBob and Patrick on Broadway?
Everyone who's making millions and millions of dollars off of SpongeBob. Apparently. The same person who wants to make a Polly Pocket movie.
Right. Fair.
So Ethan Slater is married to his high school sweetheart. I think her name's Lily. They have a child together. He does this.
I just read about this
movie with Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande has him. I mean, look, she has him. He, as a responsible, non-victim, adult human male, leaves his wife and child and is now with Ariana Grande. They're gallivanting all over town together. How stupid can you be to leave your fucking wife for Ariana Grande, the creator of Break Up With Your Girlfriend? I'm bored. You literally just threw your whole life in the dumpster because this girl, what, you want to fuck her for 2 months? She's not going to stay with you. She doesn't stay with anyone. And now you've just thrown away your whole life.
It's misguided. We're back to misguided men.
It's back to misguided men. So finally,
it's giving uncertainty.
Ethan Slater, his wife, released a comment to the press after like a month or so of being quiet, where she said, "This has nothing to do with my husband. This has all to do with Ariana's marriage falling through, and my family is just collateral damage."
Yeah.
And also the other thing is that if you've seen Ethan Slater, not anywhere close to being people's sexiest man alive, if you know what I'm saying.
But if I was this dude's wife, good fucking riddance. You're gonna ditch me for Ariana Grande?
Obviously, she doesn't have a choice now. Better embrace it.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, why I wouldn't want him to be then crawling back after
no,
out
it's done.
Yeah.
The other thing is like this guy. I mean, I can imagine if you're this guy, and a pop star like Ariana Grande is suddenly interested in you.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for these men to stay focused. It kind of reminds me of the Jeremy Allen White from The Bear thing, where you have like a hit of fame, you have your high school sweetheart you're married to, and then suddenly you jump ship. I don't know about the logistics of his affair and if there was like a really famous woman interested in him. I don't think that's the case. What I think is that he was on the come up, and then he had this hot, sexy new show. Yeah. And then he bails. And it's like, that's a story.
He lives in the building that my friend lives in when I was in Chicago a couple weeks ago.
He lives in Chicago?
Yeah. Oh. And we spent like hours wandering around the building looking for him.
Wait, should we talk about
Drake? Yeah.
Why not?
Who cares?
Go. Say it. So Sammy was in Chicago.
I was in Chicago, and a friend of a friend messaged Champagne Poppy on Instagram.
In advance of the concert.
She messaged him. She was going to the concert that week. She messaged him, and she said, "Hey, Daddy, I'm coming to your concert this week." And he responded to her on her Instagram.
Started
DMs.
following her.
Followed her on Instagram. Started messaging her a little bit, and ended up giving her his cell phone number. And she texted this number and was like, how do I really know that this is you?
Yeah.
And he sent her like voice memos, and it was straight up Drake. on the other side of the voice memo. Maybe an AI bot, if that's possible. We never know.
Should you play the voice memo?
Like
what's gonna happen?
I guess nothing. I guess nothing's gonna happen. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, who are we trying to protect?
No one. I guess we're not protecting anyone.
Like,
right?
He's sending voice memos to random girls on the internet thinking...
Yeah, fuck it. Let's play it.
So...
Sorry, I have, like, so many, like, saved text messages from that weekend because I was, like, also having insane text messages come in from a boy that I was texting Ali about.
Oh, my God, these men.
But
Not to be a cliche lesbian. But so, yeah, Drake started... And then it becomes the question, like, Drake must do this all the time.
Well, he just said something the other day that he doesn't think he's going to be...
I sent that to you.
Sent it to me.
He doesn't think he's going to
be with someone famous because they're too boring. I'm like, well, he was literally trying to hang out with my friend, so...
I know, but he must do this constantly, especially if he's giving out his number all the time. So anyway, they were texting, and then he just faded out, right?
He faded out. Like, she was like, then, like, you know, when I want to see you, I want to whatever, and he was like, I'm at, like, rehearsals. Oh, okay, here we go.
I mean, if the lights weren't off right now, I'd FaceTime you, but...
I don't think guys do that.
Hey, guys, so tired. Excuse. Yeah, I'm here. It's me.
What? Like,
he's like, what's up? Is daddy, yo?
Is he really bored? Why would you be doing that?
Yeah, he must be bored.
You must be so bored. But why do that instead of like...
She's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm at the studio with 21.
Really?
Yeah.
But what is the point? If then you don't meet up with her? Like, if so, you're not trying to fuck. So what are you doing? You're just so bored.
I think that he was expecting her to be like a little more like sexual with him, maybe. And then when she found out that it was him, she like actually got freaked out and like kind of backed off a little bit. And he said to her like, "Oh, like you got shy now that you know it's me. I thought you were about to lay it down thick," because she like started like. She started off with, "Hey, daddy," like she thought he was...
Oh, so he wanted to like have a sexting moment?
I'm not sure, but I think that he thought that something was going to pique his interest a little more than she actually then ended up piquing it.
Like if she threw it out there.
Like, yeah, maybe then he would have been like a little more down for like her if she was a little more like spicier, feistier. And I don't think that I think she backed up a little bit.
Got it. Are you watching it just like that?
I'm not caught up though. So
where are you?
Miranda is trying to put on a strap on. And they're in Los Angeles. And
what is wrong with this show? What is wrong with this show? What is wrong? By the way, the Che character
is really bad.
Is such a fucking asshole to Miranda.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good.
What is going on? Why are you making this character such a fucking dick?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm very, very excited to see like the next episodes with like Aiden and
I haven't gotten there yet.
And I'm not there, but I'm very much looking forward to, because I have to tell you that in the Sick. The dogs are tangled in the cords.
Luca. Obsessed. 1 second. The camera, just to be clear, the camera has gone down twice in this episode, and then we picked up some on my iPhone, and now it's just, sorry, this is audio only now. The first, like, 3/4 of the show will be on YouTube, and it's, like, butchered form, but now it's just audio.
Sure.
Something that throws me is just, like, when the Kardashians randomly post.
Oh, and just like that. We were just talking about
and just like that. Yeah. When the Kardashians randomly post and it's like very God heavy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're like a God person.
Yeah, they are.
Like it's like, it doesn't really go with their
Kim
brand.
was married to Kanye. It's like, so he's like.
And he's such a God person. It's like, why are these God people misbehaving so much? You're a God person. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're a Jesus person. Yeah. Why are you giving someone a blowjob on TV?
Yeah, that's a route that I
like Kanye. You're a God person, and then you're like,
well, he's a schizophrenic, bipolar God person.
No, I know, but like even Khloe Kardashian, she's like, "Thank you, Jesus, you've given me every." It's like, why are you? You're a God person now.
Yeah,
like you're on TV, like
doing all this stuff, and then what? You at night you go and pray.
I don't know. They're so into God. Kourtney's so into God too.
There's a lot to unpack with Kourtney Kardashian.
Kourtney Kardashian, and I really love the Kardashians.
She's been pretty rogue this past year.
She's going crazy. I think she just like
wanted to break out of like the shadow of Kim so badly. I like don't know what it is. But what
are you referring to? The pregnancy?
No, I'm referring to this weird feud that they have over who's copying whose wedding and the Dolce Gabbana like thing. Like
she stole my wedding country.
Get over it. Oh my God. Like you guys are some of the most influential people. Congrats. Dolce & Gabbana did your wedding. Congrats. Dolce & Gabbana is now doing another thing. Get over it. Like, holy fuck, you're getting upset because one of the most expensive and famous designers in the world also likes your sister?
Yeah, obviously they're doing.
First of all, Kourtney. I like Kourtney Kardashian. I'm happy for her and Travis Barker. She deserves a Travis Barker. Like, we talked about this in the past, but like, you know,
Yeah,
don't
15
go for
years
your
with
Scott.
Disick.
Go for your Travis.
Yeah.
Okay. But Kim is the icon of the family here.
Yeah.
Let her do a campaign with Dolce & Gabbana and go have your baby and hook up with your tattooed husband and chill out and stop making a fucking big deal out of it.
I mean, Kim can do whatever she wants. You can thank Kim for your entire lifestyle.
Your entire life.
You didn't do anything.
Anything.
Sorry, it's true. And I don't think you're the most boring to look at all. I think you're totally fun and I love you. But shut up. You wouldn't have created this fame and these riches for yourself.
Let's get over it.
You didn't have enough OJ money to live off of. Okay, that wasn't the PJ money. No. That wasn't your fucking house in Palm Springs money. Travis Barker wouldn't be looking twice at you if you weren't on the fucking up and up thanks to Kim taking it in the ass years ago. Kim rode that dick so hard. She rode it into a future of generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
For her family.
She created an empire off of that dick.
And everyone who's like, oh, she's famous from a sex tape. You release a sex tape. Let's see how famous you get.
Okay.
I bet you won't get famous at all. You could put up your janky little sex tape on Pornhub. No one will care.
Truly.
Kim had the right cocktail of qualities that made her who she is. And I'm sorry, she has no one to thank but herself and Kris Jenner. And some sort of societal privilege baked in, and societal privilege baked right in there.
And I agree. So at the end of the day, it's like, let's end this dumb feud that I'm watching on TV.
I didn't know. You're watching it? I haven't watched the Kardashians in years.
Really? Yeah. I picked up, you know what? I stopped watching like Keeping Up With because I was like, you're really making another season?
Yeah.
But I was interested in the fact that I was interested in the fact though that Hulu picked it up.
Yeah, the Kardashians.
And Hulu was all like, it's going to be more real. And I was interested in in last season because I wanted to catch some
Pete or
some stuff of Pete.
Yeah, Pete drew me in.
Pete definitely took me in.
He didn't make an appearance, did he? Or he made a few?
Yeah, barely any.
When he they wanted to hook up in the shower.
It wasn't.
He's in like a mental rehab right now.
He checked himself in. He said that he likes to have tune-ups.
He likes to have tune-ups. Oh,
mental health tune-ups. But I have to tell you, somebody that needs to check themselves in for a mental health tune-up, it's not just a tune-up anymore, sweetie. You got it.
That's not a tune-up.
Got an illness.
Yeah, that's not a tune-up.
Which is okay. We support people with mental illness.
No, he knows it's
an
illness.
Stigma.
He has borderline, right?
He has something for sure.
BPD.
And the stigma.
But yeah, that's not a tune-up.
You're not just going in for a tune-up. I
think he's being cute. I don't know if I'm sure he's in therapy. I'm sure he's doing all the things.
Sure, but it's not a tune-up.
And you know what he really needs? Our opinion.
100%. Our opinion is what makes the world go round.
You guys, thank you for listening to the Ali Kolbert Show. I love all of you. It was a delight having you on, Sammy.
Totes, thanks.
Subscribe to the show on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. Leave a comment. Seattle. I'm going to be there August 11th and 12th. I have a show at 8 o'clock, a show at 10 o'clock, a show at 8 o'clock, a show at 10 o'clock, Friday and Saturday. 4 shows. Come out. Come to the show. All my tickets are available on my website, alikolbert.com. We have cute merch on the site. Everyone loves the merch.
The merch is out of this world.
It's really cute.
I get compliments every time I wear it down the street.
So happy to hear that. Sorry for all the dog bark. Sorry for all the interruptions. This is what it's like to grow up in a house with 3. This is what it's like to keep up with the Kolberts.
Keeping up with the Kolberts.
Love you.
Love you.